Hi, Brian. How you doing? I've got your work up right here. I got some quick comments so that we can keep moving right along. So your final Olympic logo, I don't think it's working, Brian. I don't. And let me tell you why. The mark itself is gorgeous. I think this is fantastic. It's memorable. It works. It's got meaning, symbolic meaning. It's got visual meaning, and it's attractive. So that's everything we need in a logo when you think about it. However, a couple of things that are not working in your favor, okay? And I think the main thing is this. Well, actually, let me just give you my ideas, and you can take it from there, okay? Type's not working. The type is on such an circular path that the kerning at the bottom of the letters is so much closer than the top of the letters, so we kind of get this kind of fanning effect. It just makes it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to read. And I say impossible because take a look at this right here. That is impossible to read. If you were to look at this image, and show this image to somebody and say, where is this event? They'd be going, ooh, wow, that's tough to read. Okay, and your logo should be able to be seen from across an arena and recognizable. So I think the type treatment and the Olympic rings are a mistake. Let me show you a traditional setup I'm just going to draw boxes here, and I want you to use your imagination. Okay, there's your mark, okay? And then there's your type. And then there's your Olympic rings. Okay, try it and see if the mechanics aren't easier to work with. I think you're going to be very pleased. That way you can present your logo and have it as that presentation is your main logo presentation. Then you can start taking parts out and using them in different applications. But we really have to solidify this main logo. Another thing, excuse me one second. Excuse me. I think another thing that is not working in your favor is your color choices. These graphics in the background, I think, add a lot of movement, but this red is not harmonious with this red. So you'll definitely have to adjust that. And actually, before doing that, I want you to think about your colors, okay? Two things in your colors I think are a little confusing to the viewer. Number one, and first and foremost and most immediate, is the color red to depict a winter event. And it just doesn't work like that. It's a hot color. It's the hottest color there is. So you're using a hot color to depict an event in a cool climate. And that kind of juxtaposition and confusion right there might be enough to throw the viewer off into a position of uncomfortable acceptance of the work. Okay, notice I said uncomfortable acceptance. The work's not bad. The work's not bad at all. It's just, it can be better. Okay? Work on the mechanics of the logo. Work on the colors. I'd like to see you bring some blues and greens in here. Take a look at the Vancouver 2010 Olympics, and you'll see what I mean as far as associating color with climate. Okay? And that, I think, is really going to help things like this, formatting that logo. I would keep things out of the middle of the logo. The logo doesn't have to be quite so big in relationship to the Olympic rings and the text. And the text itself, I wouldn't put anything in the middle of the logo. I wouldn't. I mean, there's going to always be branding strategies that preclude doing things like placing things over a logo, placing things close to a logo, and in a lot of cases, placing things like, in the center of the logo. And I think that, if this is your branding, if that's where you want your logo, I think that you should reconsider the specifications and some of the things that I just mentioned. Okay, I recommend reformatting this. The mark itself is gorgeous. Don't do anything with that except work with the color. Okay, this type right here is the same type that you've used in your logo. So that, again, that would be something that would not be permitted. Your logo typeface is your logo typeface. So quite typically, you do not use the same typeface in a logo in other parts of the campaign the logo is going to be viewed in. Plus, this is just really difficult. All caps is really difficult to read. These letters are probably, a quarter as wide as they are tall. So inherently, they're going to be difficult to read. I would suggest a more readable typeface. Okay, and other than that, oh, this isn't what a type hockey rink looks like. Hockey rinks are much longer than this, more rectangular in shape. This is approaching square. You've got a whole area back here, like the net would be right here. There's a whole area behind the net. So go ahead and research the topical view of an ice rink, and you'll see what I mean. But this is a fantastic idea. I really like this idea of designing the ice in an ice rink as part of your collateral delivery. Good job. These are awesome right here. I think I see that you're using the same one, but these marks right here, these are pretty good. Pretty good. Listen, this is looking so much like a Mercedes emblem. I would, yeah, boy, that's tough. That's tough right there because it could be confused with the sponsor. Very easily could be confused with the sponsor, and you don't want to do that in your branding. Okay, that's where I'm at. Hey, man, if you have any questions, hey, listen, I know these specifications are sometimes tough to decipher. I get that, man. I really do. But, if you have questions, you can call me or you can email me or call me, whatever. You got my number. I mean, if something's not making clear sense to you, and it seems like you've a couple of times in the class have expressed your concern about the clarity of the instructions and specifications. So I'm here to answer any questions, as you know. So, all right, good job. Thanks, man.